Welcome everybody to our 32nd TAN Council recurring meeting. We're going to get started. Got a lot to cover today. For today's meeting, we will be going over a few different things going on. There's been the agenda. We've got a recap of last meeting. We've got announcement release date for the TAN IP1 rebate trading program. And we've got the Remitmap demo, and then the TEL Pets demo, and then a Q&A afterwards. So we'll get started for today. So thank you for everybody for coming. Firstly, however, we're going to start with an overview of the TAN Council and the purposes of these reoccurring meetings. These meetings serve 5 critical functions. They provide transparency to our community. They create a structured forum for proposal discussions, enabling authors to present to the council and community and discuss, debate, and refine for formal proposal and snapshot voting consensus. They enable regular platform updates. They ensure consistent communication amongst council members, and they allow for direct communication and engagement through question and answer sessions. The TAN Council is a local governance organization within the Telcoin platform. Together, we serve as a provider and administrator of collective goods and services within the jurisdictional domain of the Telcoin Application Network, or TAN. The TAN Council, with our currently 3 members, makes decisions related to TAN improvements and policies through the TAN IP process. We need 5 out of 6 votes to approve proposals within 120 voting period. Our primary duties are to allocate TEL issuance on TAN for stakers and developers to harvest, to plan and finance the development of the Telcoin application network, and our other key responsibilities include reviewing and voting on snapshot proposals, attending these biweekly meetings, providing regular community updates, monitoring TAN systems, enforcing operational rules. We use Slack and Discord for day-to-day communications with the community and internally, the forums for informal proposal discussions, and these reoccurring council meetings for those discussions, informal discussions before posting the formal discussions, and for deliberation, refining, and snapshot voting. Overall, the TAN Council has authority over minor harvesting and planning and financial TAN infrastructures. So really quick, we'll go over last meeting's action items and recap. Last meeting, we spoke briefly about the TAN IP1 plans and rollout and how we were waiting on some developer resources to continue to audit the script. Leo had written the PR for the TAN IP trading fee rebate program, and that has been reviewed and signed off on with a go live date to be discussed in today's meeting. We also mentioned some ideas around potential DApps that can be built on the Telcoin network once it was live. So moving on. Let's see. Leo, are you here by chance?
I'm here, yeah.
Do you want me to keep going, or you want to take over 10IP1? Or would you prefer?
Yeah, I can talk about 10IP1 a bit. So,
Cool.
yeah. So it's been updated. So we will now have the rebate mechanism. So you won't earn more fees than you spend in each period. So you can earn basically up to a full rebate on your trading fee. And then, so the point we're at now, I need to run a few more tests just to make sure we're not going to break anything, basically in bridging the gap between when we paused, which was September last year, to now, just so the calculator's happy and keeps everyone's positions in check. So I'm hoping to do that kind of tomorrow morning. And then we will look to get another TAN IP through, actually, that will just like a minor rectification, because on the first one that we posted, we were suggesting we'd redeploy all contracts from scratch. Having spoken with some of the Telex Council members and amongst ourselves, we think it would be better to actually keep the history of the original TAN IP and people's staking limits and stuff. So basically incentivizing people to pick up where they left off rather than starting from scratch. So as long as all the tests pass, we will be looking to get that out and vote on it. And then I think we should get it restarted kind of in 2 weeks, 2 weeks minus a day. So 15th of April, I think would be a good go live date, and we will make sure there are plenty of comms around that beforehand. So if you're listening to this, assume 15th of April go live unless otherwise stated. If we have to make any changes, we'll be singing it loud and clear on Twitter and Discord and Telegram. So yeah, I think that's the way forward, or at least the way I see it. Happy to take any feedback on that.
Awesome, Leo. Thank you. So just a reminder, this is the swapping in the Telcoin app, the restart of the TNIP1 protocol that we've been talking about for a few weeks. So if you've got questions about that, April 15th, and we'll have some more comms out on socials before that. I don't see any questions in the chat unless somebody else has any. All right, hearing none, we're going to move forward, and Cody is going to talk about Remitmap. So Cody, go ahead, take the floor if you need to share your screen or whatever else.
Oh man. Well, I appreciate it, Derek. Yeah, so let me go ahead and turn this thing into full screen real quick. Let's see. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, this is a Remitmap. You know, after I think it was 2 weeks ago, the call that we were on, we were talking about the mobile subscribers in different areas. And I know whenever I first, when Telcoin came out with partnerships and things like that, and talking about just mobile money over in like Africa and stuff, I wanted to go ahead and like start putting something together, right? And so whenever I say vibe code, it means kind of creating something through AI and making some tweaks on your end. So but over the past 2 weeks, I've turned it from just a being able to click on the USA, for example, or the United States, and seeing the leading mobile operator like T-Mobile. You can see the remittance flows, percent of GDP, so received and sent. And it even gives you a little description down at the bottom. So some of the new things that I added, as you can see on the left, are, I think it's about 41 or 40 different FX price feeds that are, fed directly into here. Right now it has the USD currency. However, if you are, somewhere else in the world, there are multiple different ones that you can switch this over to. And whenever you do this, it'll even switch over on this other side over here that I'll show you in a moment. At the top, you can see remittances sent today. Now, some of these like stats are from, a lot of them are almost all from the World Bank. However, they gatekeep to a certain degree on their API to where they don't give you the most accurate information. So meaning if you pay $50,000 through the GSMA, they'll give you access to that API, and you can get like that live data as it goes out on a yearly basis. But all this up here, everything that you see is currently live, and it's cached, I think, for like 7 days. And then it'll update every quarter. It'll update as well to where it'll give you the running numbers per year. And it'll fall back on the oldest API of like 2024. So yeah, there's some of that stuff you can see even here. $28,000 every second is sent around the world. Now you can go to pretty much any country that you want. This is all interactive. You can zoom in, zoom out. You can see, over here in China, for example. But let's go ahead and we'll check out the leaderboard. I don't know why you'd have that, but I thought it'd be fun just to see where all the money actually moves throughout the world. But you can see that the top receiver of remittances is India. And you can see that the two biggest providers are the USA and the UAE. So pretty cool. You can see top senders as well: United States, UAE, Saudi Arabia. And if you go ahead and you click here, it just kind of wipes it out of the way, right? You can search in the top left for whatever. So let's say if I want to look for Malaysia, I can go like this, click it, and it pulls me right to it. Another features, how does Telcoin kind of play a role in this, right? So I've already included, let me go ahead and cancel this first, show you the Telcoin network box. This will be updated as we go along, and as they transition to mainnet, that'll tell you exactly like what the block time is on average. validators, how many transactions, smart contracts, etc. You can kind of see all this right here. And there'll be cool, maybe live features that we can implement to this to kind of show block to block, but that is for a future date. Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's click on here, and we can actually click one of the other buttons that's over here called Send Money. This goes for anywhere in the world. You can see exactly what the best rates are, right? It's going to give you the FX rate, based off of whatever base currency you've already put it to. It's going to show you the cheapest providers for those areas. It's going to show you the margins, whether they have fees. You can get a live quote. It'll take you right to the website, and it ranks them transparently, right? So if Telcoin is not the most optimal solution for you, it's going to tell you so. You can also see that even for agent, like on the ground and stuff like that, you can have that option too. So there are 4 different ones. So it has traditional remittances and obviously blockchain remittances powered by Telcoin. Yeah, let's do one more. I think there's 160 countries as of right here. And let's go ahead and click on Telcoin mode, essentially. And again, this will have some other features as we move along. But basically, this will tell you exactly where in the world that Telcoin, as of right now, is the cheapest to send remittances. So I can go ahead and click down here, Haiti, and it's going to show you that, Telcoin would probably be the most optimal path to send money, right? It may not be in like Haiti's currency. However, it would still, be the fastest. Malaysia as well is the other one. So, and it tells you it's an MNO partner, direct wallet delivery on recipient's mobile network. So it'll give you that information as well. So any partners that are announced along the way, they will be updated. And yeah, I think that's about all. So we'll give the website, out for you guys to try. It's pretty simple. It will be remitmap.com. So you can do it on mobile. If there's any bugs or things like that, please let me know. There's also Easter eggs in here as well. So if you find them, please share them. And that's about it.
Super dope.
Appreciate it. Yeah, no, I've been just so much. I've been running my clawed into the ground and just trying to figure out ways to kind of improve it without like really just taking away from what it needs to be. So who knows, maybe later on it could be an app with much more simpler features to complement Telcoin.
Well, that's come a long way in the last few days, that's for sure.
Really cool.
What'd you say, Derek?
I said it's really cool to see that. That's being able to see. I know we've been going back and forth about kind of ways that this can be layered or implemented with blockchain, but be able to see remittances in real time is neat. And having almost like a DeFi swap, like a swap protocol for remittance. It's kind of cool to be able to see what's cheapest. It's really neat. Nice job.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, definitely a lot more features to come, especially if the whole TNS talk. I think that'll really make it dope to see visualization of where around the world they're really being sent on chain without really giving people's ID out. So yeah, I'm excited with it, and I'm glad you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, being able to see kind of like where validators out and are, and kind of the blocks they're validating and where those transactions are going, like a visual block explorer. It's pretty cool. That's awesome. Nice job.
Great job, Cody. I just wanted to tell you also financial institutions globally will check the data as well, and corporations.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, and I appreciate you sharing it as well. Yeah, because I was like, damn, man, yeah, she's really posting it up. So thank you very much on your end.
You're welcome. Thank you for building it. It's freaking awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Moving along. I just switched to my phone, but moving along. I'm going to turn it over to Nick to talk about TEL Pets and the project we've been working on there. So go ahead, Nick.
Thanks, Derek. Yeah, so TEL Pets. Well, what a journey. First of all, this is kind of inspired because, Grant and Steve and all the devs in the Telcoin network have been doing really awesome job. I know not everybody gets to see or understand exactly what's going on, but they have been absolutely smashing it. So we were thinking, there's a lot of testing that needs to be done with this testnet. We had the soft launch of testnet last week. There's going to be another redeployment next week, like a newer version of it. So, you know, it's all hands on deck. And what they really need is you know, we were discussing it, and they really needed a lot of help with testing. So I kind of came up with this idea. Well, this is the perfect opportunity to include the community, because I know the community would love to get involved in helping testnet in any shape or form. So yeah, I came up with this idea called TEL Pets, which I'll show you in a second. And it's a bit of a fun way for the community to do their part, testing the network, having fun on their own with their own pets, having a competition, you know, amongst each other, which is always good, a healthy competition. I gotta say a huge thanks to everyone who's helped me do some beta testing in the last couple of weeks. You guys have really smashed it, and I could see the competitive side coming out, and I couldn't catch some of you, you know, like no chance. You know, you guys were flying. So I don't know, the community out there, there better be some serious competition out there. But yeah, so in essence, it's a win-win for everybody. It's a win-win for the community because they get to have a bit of fun with testnet. It's also a win-win for, you know, the devs, because they get to see you know, what's going on the backside of the network. So what we'll do is I'll share my screen. At the moment, anybody that goes to telpets.xyz or Z, if you're from the UK, will see a maintenance mode. I'm going to shortly turn that off after I've given everybody a demo, and then everybody's welcome to sign up. But just in testing alone, with about 20 users started off with like 10 users up to 20 users, you know, over the last couple of weeks, we managed to hit 67,665 transactions on testnet, and that's with under 20 people. So, you know, I can only assume that we're going to get at least double that, hopefully, if not more, from the community. So we should be able to get this up into the hundreds of thousands of transactions. If we hit 1 million, that would be absolutely amazing. But, you know, it's on you guys, really. So there's some of the stats that we had there. We had total runs on it. And then we had total. I've kept these stats on purpose. We've wiped all the pets and everything clean, so everybody gets a fair shot at the game. So it was the only right thing to do. But I'll just walk you through the onboarding process. So a couple of little things. You will need a MetaMask. There are other wallets that work. You know, I've heard that Rabby works. But definitely not Uniswap wallet. Don't use that, because you'll get stuck like BZ did with a pet that he couldn't feed, because they don't support custom networks. But you know, if you just want the most universal kind of support, just use MetaMask. You know, it's old, but it's fine and it works. It does the job. So you can do it on mobile. All this works on mobile as well. You can do it on desktop. Desktop's a better experience, obviously, because it's a bigger screen, but you can do it on mobile. But in essence, you will land on this website. Here it will say connect your wallet, because I haven't actually because I've connected my wallet, but it will say connect your wallet. It should add all the Adiri testnet network automatically to your MetaMask, so you shouldn't have to get involved in any of that. But you know, if by any reason it doesn't, there's an FAQ on the site here which you can go through. You know, read the instructions in here. Also, this little icon up here takes you to the TEL Pets Telegram group, and there's lots of people in there who've been helping testing over the last few weeks. They've been through some of the pain and some of the fixes, so everybody will be able to help you. But yeah, in essence, once you connect your wallet, the first process you'll be doing is you've connected your wallet up here. The first thing you need to do is create your pet. So you can choose. I've got to remind everyone, this is more designed as a testnet tool to help test the network. So although there's gamification in it, you know, I've on purpose kept it more focused on testing the network. So, you know, we could do a new version later with more pets and things like that. But for now, we've just got a choice of 4. You can choose whichever pet you want. I'm going to go with the one I had before. I'm just going to run through you with it. I'm going to call him Scrappy. You hatch your pet. You then get to the main dashboard. So now that you've hatched your pet, at the moment he's bored. We've got moods in it as well. So depending on how he's feeling, or if you haven't fed your pet, they'll turn hungry. So you've got lots of things to do there. So the first thing I'm going to do, he's just turned to hungry, you see. So he's a bit upset because he's hungry. He's a baby stage at the moment. And below here, it will tell you the stages and the evolution of your pet. Yeah, I'm going to feed him, Cody, 1 second. Not like Derek, who left his Larry hungry for like 3 weeks. And you got your stats down here as well. You got the community stat. I've kept these the community ones. I've kept these ones in because there's no point in wiping those because we did actually do that amount of work. But all the personal stats and the other runs and community stats have gone wrong. But everything we do now is basically on chain. So after you've created your pet, you're going to need some test TEL. Now, the way for you to get your test TEL at the moment, the faucet's not really working. Hopefully, we'll have that sorted maybe next week. But for the moment, you're going to have to jump into the Telegram group after you've created your pet and reply to the pinned message with your pet's name and ideally your wallet address. You should all be using a fresh wallet, so you shouldn't be worried about, you shouldn't be using any kind of wallet that's got funds in it. You can easily create a new empty wallet in MetaMask with the click of a button, add account. It will just give you a new address, and you can just use that for your testnet. Best not to use a wallet that's associated with any kind of real funds. But anyway, in essence, there's a couple of different things you can do on this. There's 3 main areas. One is feeding your pet. So that's an on-chain transaction. So you'll click feed pet. You get a MetaMask pop-up, which I need to confirm. Once the transaction is confirmed, it'll pop up. I've now fed my pet. So he's now fired up. He's happy. I've got a little bit of XP. And the feeding can be done a couple of times a day. If you hover over here, it tells you the cooldown and whatnot and the cost to feed your pet, because as your pet grows, from a baby to a teen, you're going to be more hungry. So it's going to cost you a bit more TEL to feed your pet. So yeah, keep an eye on feeding your pet. And then the run task section is the guts and glory of it, really. These two, the load parties and the run task section. So what all these tasks do is they actually help, putting transactions on the network. The more you guys do it, the more XP you earn, the more you evolve into a teen, and you can go all the way up to, you can go on the leaderboard up here as well, and you can move from a baby to legendary. But in essence, you need to run these tasks. So, a quick test task is on chain. It's just one transaction. So you click run, confirm it in your MetaMask. As soon as the task is confirmed, transaction is confirmed, your XP goes up a little bit. And there's a small cooldown timer for each task, just part of making it fair with the XP. And then these burst transactions are, we use multi-cool. So they're like this one here, for example, is 50 transactions in one transaction only. So you're kind of submitting 50 transactions to the network, but within one transaction. So you can hit run on a burst task, for example. You can confirm that. That will take a few seconds to confirm. Our XP will go up. We've got more XP for that, and you get a confirmation up here as well. So yeah, you can go through these, keep running them to confirming the transactions, to get more XP, to make the mood of your pet happy. Keep going, and you'll eventually start going through the stages of your pet all the way up to legendary. And then there is, like I said, the leaderboard up here, which gets competitive. So it shows you the overall XP you've earned for the time being on there. And then to add in, the load parties are quite an important stress test actually for the network. In essence, what they are, I create them in my admin panel. I come in here, I create an event in here, a load party. And what that does is I set it for, let's say it will start in an hour's time. So I create a load party. I'm going to do one so you lot can join in once you've signed up your pet. Let's do one, but we'll start it in, I'm going to call it first load party. Let's go, whatever, I'm going to put anything in there. I'm going to set it for, let's put it for, to give everyone a bit of a chance to, let's set it for, for half an hour's time. Then you lot can get your pets already. No, I'll do a bit later than that, 11:15, right, okay. And I'm going to shut off this load party at, let's say 30, bear with me, okay. I'm going to give it an easy task, create that. So in the you'll see now there's a load party that's being created, and the countdown is 49 minutes. So the point is you when you see them pop up, you join it, That means that I want to be part of this load party. And then you just wait. When that timer eventually counts down, so we should have loads of joiners that join in here. We can see on the dashboard 15, 10, 20 people, whatever have joined. When the countdown gets to 0, it means the party started, and this button will turn to run. And the point about this test is that everybody's going to be clicking the run button at the same time and confirming transactions at the same time. So we're going to get like a hit, like a volume hit of everybody doing transactions at the same time. So these load parties are designed to kind of hit the network at the same time of as many people and as many transactions as possible. So those are the points of the load party. And to make it fun, you get 100 XP. So they're worth joining because these tasks have much lower XP. So you can already see the stats down here. I've done 55 transactions already because one of mine was a burst transaction, which was 50 transactions in one. So, you know, and then you also have your history down here. You can click on it. It will show you, you know, what that run was about. TX, that was a burst transaction with 3 transactions and the confirmation time as well. And one thing to note, there are different RPCs that Telcoin have. So without getting too technical, if you find that your transactions, like if you're finding that you run a transaction and it's taking a minute or something like that, it should be between 5 and 10 seconds for all of these to complete, except for this one's a bit longer because that's 5 individual transactions that will pop up in MetaMask. So you have to sign 5 in a row, that task there. But if you're finding that your transactions are actually taking, you know, long, like 50 seconds or a minute or something like that, it's going to be the RPC, which is the default one. The default one is this one which gets set up in your MetaMask under your wallet. So there are some alternative nodes, like node 2 is very quick as well. It just depends. Most people is going to be fine, but if you do find stuff getting a bit slow, you can just change the RPC in your MetaMask to a different address, save it, close your browser, reopen, and then you should find that the transactions are running a lot quicker. So yeah, in essence, this banner up here, I can update this so you'll see different stuff. Next week when they redeploy testnet is going to be a little bit tricky, but yeah, overall you need to get some test tells. So once you've created your pet, you come into the Telegram, reply to the pinned message with your wallet address and your pet's name, and either myself or Derek will send you some test tell to get you started. You'll then see your balance up there. Ignore mine, it's a large one, but it is only test tell. But yeah, we'll send you some test tell to get you started, and then the competition starts. So you can collapse these boxes if you don't want to see them. You know, you might only want to be able to see your stats for now and nothing else. And then the pet evolution here tells you about your pet, and that is pretty much it for the moment. I don't know if I've missed anything, but yeah, that's kind of where we are on the pets thing, and I hope it's you know, super enjoyable for all of you guys, because we've put a lot of hard work into getting it going and testing it. And like I said, the key thing is that it's a testnet stress tool. We're using this to test, make it a bit of fun, but to actually test out the network. Later on, we might make a version 2, you know, that will be more gamification side with lots of awesome ideas that everyone who's been involved in testing it have had. But yeah, well, that's kind of where we are at the moment. Go on, Leo.
Sorry, that was meant to be the clapping button. But, there we go. Hello. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it is a bit of fun. It does get competitive, I'm telling you now. I couldn't believe how competitive some of these guys are on it, you know.
I've already seen some of the competition in the Slack. Yeah, it's dangerous.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, shall we unlock it now? And so it's open. I know well, let's wait if there's any questions, and then I'll do it after the questions. I haven't seen if there's any questions anywhere. I can't scroll up on the page, so were there any questions, Dali, in there that I missed? Unlock it. No, I don't know if there's any questions at the moment. Well, anyway, you can ask all the questions in the Telegram group. So, you know, make sure Dali put the link in for the Telegram there. So yeah, okay, let's unlock it then. We'll let you lot go for it. Let's have a look. I'm going to turn off maintenance mode. So now, someone just open the pet site and tell me you can see it, that it's there. Just let me know it's working. Yeah, and just keep in mind, guys, it's testnet, right? So, you know, testnet is going to be redeployed next week. So there will be two little things that need to be done next week. One is that I'll need to resend TEL out. And two, you will probably have to just click a small button in MetaMask to clear the cache, because the way MetaMask works is if the testnet gets redeployed and the blocks start again, then you know MetaMask gets itself a bit confused. So we've got to clear the cache in it just to continue. But we'll cover that bridge next week. For now, you guys have got a couple of days to have a lot of fun testing the network, you know, and getting your transactions confirmed. Oh, is it still password protected? Okay, sorry, my bad. My bad. Sorry, double whammy. Let me turn the password off. 1 second. There you go. Password's off now, so you should all be in. Let's hope the web hosting. If anything happens with the site going down, that's not testnet. Yeah, that's my my web hosting. Yeah, Binglu, tell me if you can load in the site now. Caterpillar confirmed. Oh, look. Yeah. Oh, I also forgot to add one last thing as well. I created a Telegram bot, which you'll see if you join the TEL Pets Telegram. The Telegram bot will automate. It's called the Pet Informer, the TEL Pet bot. I can see lots of pets being created. It tells you when pets have been hatched. It also tells you when players level up, like pets level up. It also does random mood, moods as well. So I can tell if everybody will be able to know if you haven't fed your pet, put it that way, and you might get done for animal cruelty. But yeah, that's kind of where we are at the moment. I'll stop sharing for the moment so I can, while you're continuing the call, Leo, I have to send out some test TEL to these to all these people.
Strike while the iron is hot for sure.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, the council's giving them a head start. We're very competitive.
Not me. I'm not giving anyone a head start.
Let me send. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm just sending a bit of test TEL out to whoever's put their wallet address. Wolfie is the first one that I am sending some test TEL to. Wolfie, you might need to, if you're listening on the call, you might just need to refresh your page, and you'll see your TEL balance in the top left of the dashboard. I can see lots of pets created. Oh, Telosaurus. All right, you're going to get some TEL next because you did the right thing by replying to the pinned message. That's pretty crazy. This is send. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's another one done.
Really cool. Nice job, Nick.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to extrapolate on this a little bit more, this also, with doing this at the same time that other stress tests and testing is going on, helps the validators, test their stuff. It helps the network overall. And like Grant had shared in the platform and treasury call, the testnet environment will never go down. It's kind of the onboarding and testing environment for the network. So this is really important to help optimize for all the different transactions that we'll see. So really awesome.
Yeah, I am listening. I'm just doing loads of testing. Sending it.
Does anybody have eyes on the chat? 1 second here. See if
Cody
there's any
needs more.
questions.
Cody, you are stacking up that test tell.
I'm gonna create a market for it. Get an Oracle on chain for it. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, it's gonna be for TNS too. And I'll talk to you about that because I have some of the deployers and stuff like that. So
Yeah, nice. Done. Who else?
I'm not. All right. Well, while Nick's getting people their test tell, we'll on to the Q&A session. So open up the floor for any questions here internally in the chat, or also on the stream.
yeah, I accidentally closed the chat. So I pulled it back up and it restarted. So I was like, there are no questions.
When that happens, you'll see any new ones that come through. You just can't see the history.
Gotcha. I appreciate it.
Give it a few more minutes. I'm not seeing any chats come through yet. All right. Well, I don't think is there anything else here internally for council members that you need to cover or go over?
No, I think we're all good.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming. As a reminder, the next meetings we have the Platform and Treasury Council next week on Thursday, and that'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern. So please join us then to talk about the overall ecosystem. Have fun with TEL Pets. Get in there, help us be a part of testing the network and helping out the validator nodes and everybody work on load balancing. And this really is a benefit. We'll see some more features and more things from the devs. So thanks again for joining and have a great day.
Thank you.
Later, everyone.
I'm in the Telegram now for a while anyway.
No.
Everyone.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
Hi everyone. Someone said catch you later. It's kind of like Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Hey look, there he goes.